Welcome to our deep dive into the fascinating world of bizarre sports and scandals in Olympic history. The Olympics, often celebrated for their spirit of unity and athletic excellence, have also been a stage for some truly unusual events and jaw-dropping controversies. From the quirky to the downright scandalous, these stories often get overshadowed by the glory of gold medals and record-breaking performances. But today, we're shining a spotlight on these forgotten tales that add a unique flavor to the Olympic narrative. Have you ever heard of the sport of tug-of-war being an Olympic event? Or how about the infamous scandal involving the 1900 Paris Games, where a competitor was disqualified for being too good at his sport? These are just a couple of the intriguing stories we'll explore in this video. We'll take you through the history of oddball competitions, like the live pigeon shooting event, and the bizarre antics of athletes who pushed the boundaries of sportsmanship. But it's not just about the quirky events. We'll also delve into the scandals that rock the Olympic world. From doping controversies to political protests, these incidents remind us that the Olympics are not just about athletic prowess, but also about the human drama that unfolds behind the scenes. Exploring these forgotten aspects of the Olympics is essential because they reveal the complexities of sports and the cultural contexts in which they exist. They remind us that the Olympics are a reflection of society with all its quirks and flaws. So buckle up as we embark on this journey through the bizarre and the scandalous, uncovering stories that are as entertaining as they are enlightening. You won't want to miss a moment of this wild ride through Olympic history. Bizarre sports, a closer look. When we think of the Olympics, images of track and field, swimming, and gymnastics often come to mind. However, the Olympic Games have also showcased some truly bizarre sports that might leave you scratching your head. Let's take a closer look at a few of these unusual events, starting with tug-of-war. Tug-of-war was an Olympic event from 1900 to 1920, where teams of athletes would pull on opposite ends of a rope, trying to drag the opposing team across a designated line. The origins of this sport can be traced back to ancient civilizations, where it was often used as a test of strength and teamwork. In the early 20th century, it reflected the values of camaraderie and competition, emphasizing the importance of teamwork in athletic endeavors. Another peculiar event was solo synchronized swimming, which made its Olympic debut in 1984. While synchronized swimming is typically a team sport, this solo variation required athletes to perform intricate routines set to music, showcasing their grace and technical skill. The origins of synchronized swimming date back to the early 20th century, evolving from water ballet. This sport highlighted the cultural appreciation for artistic expression and the blending of athletics with performance art, a reflection of the era's growing emphasis on aesthetics in sports. These bizarre sports not only entertained audiences, but also mirrored the cultural values of their times. Tug-of-war emphasized community and collaboration, while solo synchronized swimming showcased individual artistry within a competitive framework. As we explore these unusual events, we gain insight into how the Olympics have evolved and how they reflect the changing values and interests of society. So, the next time you think of the Olympics, remember that there's a rich tapestry of bizarre sports waiting to be discovered. Scandals that shook the Games. The Olympic Games, while celebrated for their spirit of competition and unity, have also been marred by scandals that have left a lasting impact on athletes and the Olympic movement. These incidents have often overshadowed the achievements and have brought to light the darker side of the sporting world. One of the most infamous incidents occurred during the 1980 Moscow Olympics, when the United States led a boycott in response to the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. This political move was a significant moment in Olympic history. This decision not only deprived American athletes of their chance to compete on the world stage, but also affected numerous other countries that joined the boycott. Athletes who had trained for years were suddenly left without the opportunity to showcase their talents. The fallout from this event highlighted the intersection of politics and sports, forever altering the perception of the Olympics as a purely unifying event. It showed that global events could deeply influence the world of sports. Fast forward to the 2000 Sydney Olympics, where the swimming competition was rocked by a scandal involving Australian swimmer Ian Thorpe and his teammate, who faced allegations of doping. This scandal sent shockwaves through the sporting community. Although Thorpe himself was cleared, the incident raised serious questions about the integrity of the sport and the lengths to which some athletes might go to achieve success. It brought the issue of doping into the spotlight. This scandal not only tarnished the reputation of the athletes involved, but also cast a shadow over the Olympic movement, prompting calls for stricter anti-doping measures and greater transparency. The need for fair play became more urgent than ever. These scandals have had profound implications for the athletes and the Olympic movement as a whole. They have led to increased scrutiny and changes in how the games are governed. For many athletes, the emotional toll of being embroiled in controversy can be devastating, impacting their careers and mental health. The pressure and public scrutiny can be overwhelming. On a broader scale, these incidents have changed how the world views the Olympics, shifting the narrative from one of pure athletic achievement to a more complex understanding of the challenges and ethical dilemmas faced by athletes. The Games are no longer just about winning medals. As we reflect on these notable scandals, it becomes clear that they serve as reminders of the Olympics' multifaceted nature. They highlight the need for vigilance and integrity in sports. They challenge us to consider not just the triumphs, but also the trials that athletes endure, shaping the ongoing evolution of the Olympic Games in the global arena. The journey of an athlete is filled with both glory and hardship, and these stories remind us of the resilience and spirit that define the Olympics. The Olympic Games have undergone significant transformations since their inception in ancient Greece, evolving from a simple series of athletic contests to a global phenomenon that captivates millions. The sports featured have evolved to reflect changing societal values and interests, adapting to the times and the cultures they represent. Some bizarre sports, once celebrated, have been introduced and later removed, showcasing the dynamic and ever-changing nature of the Olympic program. This evolution illustrates how the Olympics are not just about competition, but also about reflecting the world's shifting priorities and values. For instance, events like tug-of-war and live pigeon shooting were part of the Olympic roster in the early 20th century, but eventually fell out of favor as societal norms and ethical standards evolved. Tug-of-war, which emphasized teamwork and strength, was last included in 1920, marking the end of an era for this unique team sport. Meanwhile, live pigeon shooting, a controversial event due to its nature, was only featured once in 1900, reflecting the ethical considerations that have always played a role in shaping the Olympic program. These changes highlight how the Olympics adapt to the cultural climate and ethical considerations of the times, ensuring the Games remain relevant and respectful. The criteria for including new sports in the Olympics have also evolved over the years. The International Olympic Committee, or IOC, evaluates potential sports based on factors such as global popularity, the number of participating countries, and the sport's adherence to Olympic values. This rigorous selection process ensures that new sports align with the spirit and ideals of the Olympics. Recent additions like skateboarding and surfing reflect a shift towards embracing youth culture and contemporary interests, showcasing the Olympics' desire to remain relevant in a rapidly changing world and to engage younger audiences. This evolution of Olympic sports mirrors broader societal changes, as the Games increasingly reflect the values and priorities of modern culture, including diversity and inclusivity. For example, the inclusion of sports that emphasize individual expression and creativity, such as breakdancing, signals a growing appreciation for diverse athleticism and artistic performance, broadening the scope of what is considered Olympic-worthy. Additionally, the push for gender equality in sports has led to the inclusion of more women's events, demonstrating a commitment to inclusivity and representation, and ensuring that the Games are a platform for all athletes. As we trace the history of Olympic sports, it becomes clear that the Games are not static. They are a living reflection of our society, constantly evolving to mirror cultural shifts, ethical considerations, and the ever-changing landscape of athletic competition. The evolution of sports within the Olympics serves as a fascinating lens through which we can examine these broader societal changes and the dynamic nature of human competition. The Olympics hold a unique cultural significance that extends far beyond the realm of sports, touching the very essence of global unity and cultural celebration. As a global event, the Games serve as a powerful platform for cultural exchange, bringing together nations from all corners of the world, fostering a sense of global community and shared human experience. Athletes showcase not only their physical prowess, but also their cultural heritage, creating a rich tapestry of traditions, languages, and customs. This vibrant display of diversity enriches the Olympic experience for everyone involved. This exchange fosters understanding and appreciation among diverse populations, allowing spectators to experience the world through the lens of sport. It bridges cultural gaps and builds a sense of camaraderie among people from different backgrounds. Bizarre sports and scandals have also played a crucial role in shaping national pride and the collective memory of the Games. For many countries, the Olympics represent an opportunity to showcase their identity and achievements on a global stage, highlighting their unique contributions to the world of sports and beyond. When an athlete competes in a unique or unconventional sport, it can evoke a sense of pride and connection among their fellow citizens, celebrating the diversity of athletic talent and the spirit of innovation. Conversely, scandals can ignite passionate responses as nations rally around their athletes in times of controversy, reinforcing national solidarity and collective identity. The 1980 Moscow boycott, for example, not only highlighted political tensions, but also galvanized national pride among those who participated in the protest, reinforcing a collective identity and a shared sense of purpose. The role of media in shaping public perception of the Olympics cannot be overstated. Media coverage brings the Games into homes around the world, influencing how they are perceived and remembered. With the rise of digital platforms and social media, coverage of the Games has become more immediate and accessible than ever before, allowing real-time engagement and interaction with a global audience. Media narratives often focus on the bizarre elements of the Olympics, from unusual sports to dramatic scandals, capturing the public's imagination and sparking conversations that extend beyond the sporting events themselves. This coverage can influence how audiences perceive the Games, sometimes overshadowing the athletic achievements with sensational stories, but also adding to the rich tapestry of Olympic history. Ultimately, the cultural impact of the Olympics is profound and multifaceted, touching on aspects of identity, politics, and global unity. The Games serve as a mirror reflecting societal values, while bizarre sports and scandals add layers of complexity to the narrative, making the Olympics a fascinating study of human behavior and cultural dynamics. As we engage with the Olympics, we are not just witnessing athletic competition. We are participating in a global dialogue that celebrates diversity, resilience, and the human spirit, reminding us of our shared humanity and the power of coming together. As we wrap up our exploration of bizarre sports and scandals in Olympic history, it's essential to remember the importance of these unique stories. They remind us that the Olympics are not just about athletic excellence and record-breaking performances. They also encompass a rich mixture of cultural narratives, unexpected events, and human drama. From the quirky inclusion of tug-of-war to the controversies surrounding doping and political boycotts, these elements add depth to our understanding of the Games and the world they reflect. Reflecting on these stories allows us to appreciate the complexities of the Olympic movement. They challenge us to think critically about the values and ethics of sports, as well as the societal changes that influence what we celebrate on a global stage. By acknowledging the bizarre and the scandalous, we gain a more nuanced perspective on the Olympics, enriching our experience as spectators and fans. If you found this journey through Olympic history intriguing, we invite you to subscribe to our channel for more captivating content. By liking and sharing this video, you help us spread the word about these fascinating aspects of the Olympics that often go unnoticed. Join us as we continue to uncover the stories that shape our understanding of sports and culture. Thank you for watching, and we hope you'll reflect on the bizarre and scandalous moments that have defined the Olympic Games. Together, let's celebrate not just the triumphs, but also the trials that make the Olympics a truly unique and compelling event in our global culture. Stay tuned for more exciting explorations into the world of sports, history, and beyond.